हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम टू द Unacademy. Let's crack GATE ESE with India's largest online learning platform. Hello Get दोस्तों, welcome to the Unacademy. Let's crack GATE ESE. Get the Plus subscription now and access the unlimited live and recorded video course from the India's top educators. Myself, Ajay Das, I am MTech in Computer Science. I have a 8+ year of teaching experience. Till now, I have trained almost 20,000 plus engineering students for the GATE as well as training and placement. I have also worked as a freelancer faculty in a many reputed institutes of India. Along with that, I have qualified the GATE exam 5 times. I have also qualified the Chhattisgarh State Electricity Board exam with AIR 8. Got it. So, download the Unacademy Learning app now and start your class anywhere, anytime. So, ऑलवेज हमारे दिमाग में हमारे जहन में एक क्वेश्चन आता है कि हम लोग अनअकैडमी क्यों ज्वाइन करें। तो माय डियर फ्रेंड, जो सबसे पहला रीज़न है जो आपको मजबूर करता है अनअकैडमी ज्वाइन करने के लिए, दैट इज़ द नॉमिनल फी. दैट इज़ द nominal fee. And by this nominal fee, you are having a education by the India's top educators. And apart from that, please try to understand. There is a daily live classes. आपका live classes जो है वो schedule वे में plan होगा, and that you have to attend regularly. Second thing is structured courses. माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं कि एक ही सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए हमारे इस अनअकैडमी प्लेटफॉर्म पे मल्टीपल एडुकेटर्स हैं. अड़ीगड़े मा पाई means for a single subject you can have a multiple educators, and if suppose you are not getting any concept by one of the educators, you can opt for the another, and you can start learning your doubts, your concept by the another educators. Means कहीं पर भी हर्डल्स नहीं आने वाला है. अगर आपको कोई कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में नहीं आ रहा है किसी पर्टिकुलर एडुकेटर्स का, आप दूसरे एडुकेटर्स को ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं, और आपका जो प्रिपरेशन है, जो आपका फ्लो है, वो कभी भी नहीं रुकने वाला है. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज द लाइव टेस्ट एंड क्विजेज. क्विजेज का दोस्तों बेसिकली मीनिंग होता है कि सपोज आपके सब्जेक्ट चल रहे हैं, इन बिटवीन एनी टाइम आपका एक क्विजेज 10 क्वेश्चंस का अरेंज हो जाएगा जो यू हैव to attend regularly. Live test will be organized by the Unacademy platform. The question was set by the top educators of India, and you can attend the live test by the top educators, and it will be of two types. One is the subject wise, and second one is called the mock test. And almost we are going to have a 200 plus test paper इन दिस पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि अपने आप को जज करना भी बहुत ही जरूरी है. द लास्ट थिंग इज द अनलिमिटेड एक्सेस. अनलिमिटेड एक्सेस का बहुत ही बेसिक सा मीनिंग है ट्राई एंड ट्राई, लर्न एंड लर्न अंटिल यू गेट द कॉन्सेप्ट. क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो एग्जाम है वहां पर यही काम आने वाला है. लर्न द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड लर्न हाउ टू अप्लाई योर कॉन्सेप्ट while solving the numerical. Learn with the top educators. That is the one of the most advantageous things that the Unacademy is providing you. देखिए, रिजल्ट्स कब आते हैं? जब हम लोग किसी भी टॉप एडुकेटर्स के अंडर गाइडेंस में अपने प्रिपरेशंस को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं. तो अगर आप प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो और आपके साथ इंडिया के टॉप एडुकेटर अटैच हैं आपके गाइडलाइन के लिए, तो आपका रैंक कहीं पर भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होने वाला. ठीक है ना? एंड डेफिनेटली यू आर गोइंग टू मेक अ ब्लास्ट इन फाइनली गेट 2021 and 2022. These are the faculty from the electrical, electronics and civil. Now similarly you can see the faculty from the mechanical, that is the Jhamajham, and from again mechanical and electrical. So now you can opt any courses under GATE and ESE. If you are from the like ECE, you can opt for the ECE, general aptitude, chemical, mechanical, CSIT, instrumentation, and so on. So according to your branch, you can opt for the courses and you can start the learning. Now, let's come to the fee structure. If we will talk about the fee structure of the 1 month, then it is taking 5,000. अगर हम लोग 3 months की फीस की बात करें तो ये आपका 12,500 लग रहा है, लेकिन इसके कंपेरेटिवली अगर हम लोग बात करें तो 17% का डिस्काउंट है. सिमिलरली इसके कंपेरेटिवली बात करें तो 33% का डिस्काउंट है. सिमिलरली इसके कंपेरेटिवली बात करें तो ऑलमोस्ट 58% का डिस्काउंट. देखिए अभी जो टाइम है ये अक्टूबर का टाइम है, एंड अगर आप गेट 2021 के लिए फाइट कर रहे हो तो माय सजेशन इज गो फॉर द 12 month कोर्स. व्हाई? देयर इज अ रीजन. अगर किसी भी रीजन से आपका गेट 21 का एग्जाम जो है वो बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं हो पाता है, लाइक अगर आपको NIT मिल रहा है तो देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर यू. यू कैन गो फॉर द बार्क, इसरो, इन सब के टेस्ट बाद में होते हैं, ठीक है ना. अगेन यू हैव अ बफर ऑफ 6 month, और उस 6 month में आप कुछ मेरेकल कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं, दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू एंड हाउ इट कैन बी हैपन if you are consistent while learning from the Unacademy. So again, your final fees, if you will talk about the difference of the fees, there is a 5,000. भाई लोग 5,000 रुपया के लिए क्यों 6 महीने का कोर्स लेना? Why not go for the 12 month course? Again, this fee will be finally applicable as a 22,500. अगेन आपका ये 25,000 फीस नहीं है, ये आपका 22,500 फीस है. Whenever you will apply my code IFA, you will get the flat 10% discount. Now, those students who are in the second year or the third year, they can opt the course of the GATE 2022 course. आपका अगर कुछ हो भी जाता है 21 में तो that is the better thing. But आप एक और अटेम्प्ट ले सकते हैं in 2022. और अगर आप 22 का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं तो गो फॉर द 24 month कोर्स. इफ यू विल कंपेयर द 12 month कोर्स, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ ओनली 5,000. तो भाई 5,000 रुपया के लिए अगर आपको 12 महीने से सीधा 24 महीने में जंपिंग मिल रहा है तो व्हाई नॉट गो फॉर द 24 month कोर्स इफ यू आर इन द सेकेंड ईयर और द थर्ड ईयर. अगेन दिस फीस विल बी नॉट एज इट इज शोइंग. ये फीस वो नहीं है जो आपको दिख रहा है. यू विल यूज माई कोड एंड यू विल गेट द 10% डिस्काउंट एंड योर फाइनल एप्लीकेबल फीस विल बिकम 27,000. 4,500 रुपये का डिफरेंस में मेरे दोस्त आपको, अगर आप 12 महीने का कोर्स ऑप्ट कर रहे हैं और 24 months का कोर्स ऑप्ट कर रहे हैं तो 24 months के कोर्स में आपको मात्र 27,000 देना पड़ रहा है. मीन्स इन कंपैरिजन टू द 12 month कोर्स यू हैव टू पे ओनली 4,500 more, nothing else. Are you getting my point? So at the last moment I will try to say कि ये जो कोड है, ये जो प्रोमो कोड आईफा यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है, ये सिर्फ गेट ESE के लिए वैलिड नहीं है. अगर आपके कोई कजन ब्रदर IIT JEE का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, आपका कोई फ्रेंड सर्कल में बैंकिंग का प्रिपरेशन कर रहा है, SSC JEE और UPSC किसी भी तरह के कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम का वो प्रिपरेशन कर रहा है, ऑल पीपल कैन अप्लाई दिस प्रोमो कोड एंड डेफिनेटली दे विल गेट द 10% डिस्काउंट. अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है, यू कैन पर्सनली टॉक टू मी. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, ऑल ऑफ यू? नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट द सब्जेक्ट. साइक्लिक अप्रोच. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ साइक्लिक अप्रोच? एज यू नो, this session is organized as a GATE ESE quiz. ESE plus GATE. दोस्तों इस पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्या होता है कि सपोज आप लोग अनअकैडमी के प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन से पढ़ रहे हो या आप लोग कहीं और से पढ़ रहे हो, लेकिन उसके बाद भी आपके अंदर, आपके जहन में कोई डाउट है. डाउट कैसा है कि आपको प्रॉब्लम समझ में नहीं आ रहा है या तो उस प्रॉब्लम का कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. तो इन बोथ द सिचुएशन यू कैन अटेंड दिस पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म एंड यू कैन लर्न व्हाटएवर यू वांट. So that's why this particular platform is basically organized for those candidates who are lacking in the concept or who was unable to understand the problem. So in both the direction. So in these lectures, I will try to guide you, analyze the problem first of all, then come to the concept part, and after learning the concept, again go back to the problem and solve it. So हम लोग क्या करेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर ड्यूरेशन में, प्रॉब्लम का एनालिसिस करेंगे, उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग हम लोग कॉन्सेप्ट को सीखेंगे, एंड देन अगेन वी विल मूव बैक टू द प्रॉब्लम एंड विल सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. दैट इज आवर अल्टीमेट ऑब्जेक्टिव. मेरे दोस्त, मैं आपको एक बात का तो प्रॉमिस कर सकता हूँ, वो ये है कि किसी भी गेट न्यूमेरिकल को सॉल्व कैसे करना है, आई कैन गिव यू द बेस्ट अप्रोच विच नो वन कैन प्रोवाइड यू. दैट थिंग आई कैन प्रॉमिस कि गेट के किसी भी न्यूमेरिकल को सॉल्व कैसे करना है, क्या क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है, कैसे अप्लाई करना है कॉन्सेप्ट, ऑल दोज थिंग्स आई कैन डिस्कस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर lecture. Are you getting my point? So let's begin with the problem. But before begin with the problem, let's analyze the GATE 2021 pattern. So my dear friends, आपको पता होगा कि GATE 2021 में जो नया पैटर्न है, that is the MSQ type. What is the meaning of MSQ? भाई अभी तक आप लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा MCQ, नाम सुना होगा न्यूमेरिक टाइप. Got it? तो MSQ क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, उसमें से कोई एक ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. न्यूमेरिकल टाइप क्या होता है कि आपको क्वेश्चन गिवन है एंड यू हैव टू पुट द न्यूमेरिक आंसर इन द बॉक्स. इट कुड बी अ फ्रैक्शनल, इट कुड बी अ इंटीजर. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? बट ये एक नया टाइप का क्वेश्चन गेट 2021 में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ है एंड दैट इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय द IIT बॉम्बे. इसमें क्या है कि आपको क्वेश्चन गिवन होगा एंड मोर देन वन ऑप्शन कुड बी करेक्ट. क्या होगा भाई? मोर देन वन ऑप्शन कुड बी करेक्ट, कुड बी करेक्ट. और आज का हमारा जो एनालिसिस का जो टॉपिक है वो इसी पे बेस्ड है. देखिए अब क्या हो रहा है, क्वेश्चंस की जो डिफिकल्टीज हैं वो बढ़ रहे हैं. क्यों बढ़ रहे हैं? क्योंकि MCQ टाइप था तो वहां पर हम लोग रिस्क ले सकते थे, 4 ऑप्शन है, किसी एक में टिक कर दिए, या बाय द एलिमिनेशन प्रोसेस हम लोगों ने 2 ऑप्शन को हटा दिया, जो रिस्क है वो 50-50% का है. लेकिन देन आफ्टर दे हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड द न्यूमेरिक टाइप. अब यहाँ पर क्या है कि अगर आपको कॉन्सेप्ट पता है, डेरिवेशन पता है, तो ही आप इसका आंसर कर सकते हैं. अगेन दे हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड द MSQ टाइप. अब यहाँ पर क्या है कि आपको पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट अच्छे तरीके से पता होना चाहिए. इसमें क्या होगा कि सपोज ऑप्शन A and C is the correct answer and you have marked only A, your marks will be counted as 0. अगर आपने 2 करेक्ट आंसर में से किसी एक आंसर को चूज किया है तो आपका फाइनल मार्क्स 0 ही काउंट होगा. इट इज नॉट इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ नेगेटिव मार्किंग. आपका कोई नेगेटिव मार्किंग नहीं होगा, लेकिन योर फाइनल मार्क्स विल बी काउंटेड एज 0. सपोज A and C are the correct answer and you are putting the answer B and D, then your marks also will count as a 0. There is no negative mark. Are you getting my point? So let's start with the subject and let's try to analyze what kind of questions the gate can ask. We will start from the simple problem of the algorithm. Are you getting my point? So let's start with the problem of the algorithm. Suppose I am giving you a question. Which of the following options is are true? Is are. So my dear friends, इस क्वेश्चंस में अगर आप इस स्टेटमेंट को देखो तो स्टेटमेंट को देखने से ही समझ में आ रहा है कि जो क्वेश्चन है वो MSQ टाइप है, क्योंकि कौन सा ऑप्शन इज आर ट्रू है ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि शायद मल्टीपल आंसर ट्रू हो सकते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो लेट्स ट्राई टू एनालाइज. आई एम स्टार्टिंग विद द वेरी सिंपल प्रॉब्लम. सपोज P of n is equal to given as t n by 2 and plus n, and it is given that t of n is equal to lower bound of option B. T of n is equal to t root under n plus 1. Then t of n is equal to upper bound of option C. T of n is equal to 4t n by 2 and plus n square. Then T of n is equal to upper bound of n square, and the option D is T of n is equal to t n minus 1 plus log of n. Then T of n is equal to omega of n square. So there are 4 options is given. This is the recurrence relation, and you have to find out which of the value of T of n is correct or not. So before solving this problem, let's try to analyze the concept. Are you getting my point? Because there are the notation omega on big O. First of all, we need to analyze what is the meaning of omega and big O notation. So please try to understand these particular things. See, अगर हम लोग कभी भी लिखते हैं f of n is equal to upper bound of g of n, इसका मतलब होता है g of n is tightest upper bound of f of n. Got it? What does it mean? How you will represent this mathematically? So f of n should be less than equal to c into p of n. This is the first thing. And f of n must be greater than equal to 0. Okay? Means ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ ऑफ g of n जो होगा वो ग्रेटर होगा f of n से. कम टू द सेकेंड पार्ट. अगर मैं कभी भी लिख रहा हूं f of n is equal to omega of g of n. What does it mean? G of n is tightest lower bound of f of n. How will you represent this mathematically? That c into g of n must be less than equal to f of n. Means जो g of n है उसका जो rate of growth है वो f of n से smaller है, and this should be greater than equal to 0. So these two concepts you have to remind which is the mathematical concept. Are you getting my point? So according to this concept you have to analyze this particular problem. So let's come to the problem. इस प्रॉब्लम को आप सॉल्व करने के लिए हर एक प्रॉब्लम के रेफरेंस रिलेशन को सॉल्व करना बहुत ही जरूरी है, और इस रेफरेंस रिलेशन को सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे इसके बारे में देखिए. चलिए, ऑप्शन ए में गिवन है. क्या गिवन है भाई? T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 प्लस n. ठीक है ना? चलिए इसको सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड से सॉल्व करते हैं. तो इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट को अगर हम लोग सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे? n के वैल्यू के जगह आप n by 2 पुट करो. क्या आएगा भाई? इट विल बिकम 2 and 2t n by 2 square plus n by 2, and the outside of it will remains n. Now multiply these two by this. Of course this particular part has been substituted by this, so it will become 2 square t n by टू स्क्वायर प्लस ये 2 से यहाँ पर मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो ये n हो जाएगा n प्लस n. दिस विल बिकम. So this we are getting in the first substitution. First substitution. Similarly, अगर सेकेंड टाइम आप सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे तो क्या आएगा भाई? 2 स्क्वायर टू द पावर q into t of n by 2 to the power q plus 3n. This you will get by the second substitution. देखिए हो क्या रहा है कि फर्स्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन में ये पावर n हो रहा है, ये भी 2 हो रहा है, ये भी 2 हो रहा है. सेकेंड सब्स्टिट्यूशन में ये पावर 3 है, ये भी 3 है और ये भी 3 है. तो इस तरह से अगर हम लोग n माइनस 1 टाइम सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहे हैं, n माइनस 1 और यू कैन से द k माइनस 1 टाइम्स, k माइनस 1 टाइम्स, तो इट विल बिकम 2 to the power k. क्योंकि देखिए सेकेंड टाइम में ये कितना आ रहा है? 3 आ रहा है. तो k माइनस 1 टाइम, सॉरी यू हैव टू सब्स्टिट्यूट द k प्लस 1 टाइम्स. तो सेकेंड टाइम पे ये 3 आ रहा है तो k प्लस 1 टाइम पे 2 to the power k आएगा. तो t ऑफ n बाई 2 to the power k एंड प्लस k. सेकेंड टाइम पे ये 3 आ रहा है तो k प्लस 1 टाइम पे ये k आएगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट ऑल ऑफ यू? सो यहां पर ये कितना आएगा? k आएगा. सो देखिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि n के वैल्यू को बार बार 2 से डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. n के वैल्यू को बार बार क्या कर रहे हैं? 2 से डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. तो देयर विल बी अ सिचुएशन व्हेन यू विल डिवाइड बाय 2 to the power k, it will become 1. So once it will become 1, n is equal to 2 to the power k. This implies take log on both sides on the base 2. So log of n on the base 2 is equal to log of 2 to the power k. This implies k is equal to log of n. Are you getting my point? तो अगर किसी भी n को बार बार 2 से सब्ट्रैक्ट करते रहेंगे, मीन्स डिवाइड करते रहेंगे, तो एट द एंड टाइम इट विल रीच टू द 1. So finally it will become to the power, what is the value of k over here? Value of k is log of n. So it will become log of n. t n by 2 to the power k, we are assuming 1, so it will become n into log of n. Now suppose this is given as p power log of n. So assume this is the p. Take log on both sides. Log of 2 to the power log of n will become log of p on the base 2. So ultimately it will become log of n is equal to log of p. So this will become p is equal to n. Means actually 2 to the power n is equal to actually what? N. So what we can write? We can write n and t of 1. Of course, in any expression, in place of n, if you will put the 1, it will derive a constant value. This is the constant value c. Again n log n. So if you want to measure the time complexity, you have to choose the bigger one. So out of both, which one is bigger? This one. So it will become order of n log n. Got it, everyone? So the ultimately what we are deriving from here, the time complexity of recurrence relation t of n is order of n log n. But inside the question, what it is saying, t of n is equal to lower bound of n square. Okay. In option A, it is saying t of n is equal to order of n square. I have told you, if sometime this kind of equation is given, lower bound of g of n, then how to represent this? C into g of n must be less than equal to f of n. Okay, so this one is the value of g of n and this one is the value of f of n. Just try to identify it. What is the f of n we have derived? What is the value of t of n? This one is the t of n is the n log n, and this must be greater than equal to, this is the value of t of n, greater than equal to c into, what is the value of g of n given over here? N square. So my dear friend, please tell me whether this condition is true or false. N square is less than equal to n log n. This is always false. This is always false because n square can never be a greater than n log n. Are you getting my point? So ultimately this particular option is false. Now let's come to the option B. In option B, the recurrence relation is given as T of n is equal to T root under n plus 1. Substitute it. So whenever you will substitute the value of n by n to the power 1 by 2, because the meaning of root under n is equal to n to the power 1 by 2. So whenever you will substitute this, you will get T of n to the power 1 by 2 square and plus 1. Again substitute this. You will get n to the power 1 by 2 to the power k and plus 1. So similarly, if you will substitute k times, it will be T of n to the power 1 by 2 to the power k. Are you getting my point? So here there is a change. Whenever you will substitute this, it will become this. Okay, and there is a plus 1. And it will become plus 2. So if you will substitute the k times, it will become this one plus k. All the time you are adding 1. So if you will substitute the k times, it will become 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Are you getting my point? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus up to dot 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 plus 1. How many times you are adding this? K times. So it will become k into 1. So it will become k. Are you getting my point? So this one will become. Now if n to the power 1 by 2 to the power k is equal to 2, take the log on both sides. Log of n to the power 1 by 2 to the power k is equal to log of 2 on the base 2, because we are considering the base 2. So it will become 1 by 2 to the power k log of n is equal to 1. Ultimately log of n is equal to 2 to the power k. Again take the log on both sides. So what will happen? Log n is equal to, this implies k is equal to log. Are you getting my point? So ultimately we are finding the value of k is equal to log n. So it will become T of, we have assumed this value as 2. So ultimately this will become T of 2 plus k, that is the log n. So in place of n, if you will put the constant value, the entire thing will derive the constant time. Entire thing will derive the constant. Are you getting my point? So it will become c plus, c is the constant, log n. So what is the upper bound of this? Order of log. So if the equation is given as Tn is equal to T root under n, this one, so the ultimately T of n will become log. Are you getting my point? Now let's see the option B. In option B it is saying if T of n is equal to this, then T upper bound of T of n will become log n. Now already I have told you, if I am writing f of n is equal to order of g of n, what does it mean? This means f of n must be less than equal to c into gn. And inside the question it is given as T of n is equal to order of log of n. So of course this is the g of n and this is the f of n. And what f of n value we have derived? Log. So just replace this value. So it will become log n is less than equal to c into log of n. Whether this condition is true or false. Of course, log n must be less than log of n. So this condition is, finally this condition will become true. Now let's try to analyze this particular things. Okay, to find out this particular things, you have to analyze the concept of the master theorem. You have to analyze the concept of what the master theorem says. If the recurrence relation is given in this form, t of n is equal to at n by b plus f of n. Please try to understand. Then master says this particular part can be derived by n to the power log of a on the base b. Okay, and you have to calculate the value of h of n. How you have to calculate? F of n divided by n to the power log of a on the base b. And if it is coming out to be log of n to the power I, where I is greater than equal to 0, then t of n will become order of n to the power log of a on the base b into log of n to the power I plus. Are you getting my point? So this is the first master theorem which is explained. Okay, what is the second situation? Could be, suppose this part is deriving a time t1 and this part is deriving a time t2. So the case 2, in a case 2, what is the given? If t1 is greater than t2, of course if the divide time, this is called the divide time, this is called the divide time. So if divide time, that is the t1, is greater than f of n, then t of n will become upper bound of t1. I will give you the example. And case 3, if t2 is greater than t1, then t of n will be fully dominated to the. So there are three different relations. This is the case 1, this is the case 1, this is the case 2, and this is the case 3. Let's try to analyze the case 2 and case 3. Suppose the recurrence relation is given in this form. T of n is equal to 2t n by 2 and plus n square. Now what this part will derive? This can be derived by the log of a on the base b. So n to the power log of, what is the a? 2, b is also 2. So it will become 1 and it will become order of n. And what is the f of n is given? This is given as order of n square. Already I have told you this is the t1 and this is the t2. Now here t2 is greater than t1. So t of n will be the order of t2. This implies order of n square will be the final solution. Now, let's see the another situation. Suppose it is given as t of n is equal to 2t n by 2 and plus log of n. Got it? So from this part we can derive n to the power log of 2 on the base 2. So this implies order of n. And this part is deriving order of log of n. So Similarly, what we can say, this is the T1 and this is the T2. So here T1 is greater than T2. So T of n will become order of T1. This will become order of n. So already this kind of question, this question were asked in GATE 2040. Are you getting my point? This question were asked in the GATE 2040. Got it? So similarly, you have to apply the concept over here. What it is given, this one. So from this part, what you can conclude n to the power log of 4 on the base 2. So it will become n square. Now let's calculate the h of n. The h of n will become f of n divided by n to the power log of a on the base b. So this one is equivalent to the n square divided by n square. So this one is equal to 1. And how you can write the 1? So you can write the log of n on the base I, where I is equal to 0. Yes or no? So how you will calculate the t of n? T of n, you can see over here, t of n is equal to this n to the power log of a on the base b into log of n to the power I plus 1. So you can write order of n to the power log of a means 4 and on the base 2 and log of n to the power I plus, it will become order of n square and value of I is 0. So it will become log of. So this is the time complexity of the recurrence relation C. And what is it is given t of n is equal to n square log of n, which is representing this statement is also. Let's come to the last statement, statement D. This is quite interesting. T of n is equal to t n minus 1 and plus log of n minus 1. My dear friends, later on I will tell you this is the recurrence relation of Ipson. This is the recurrence relation of Ipson. Later on I will tell you. But before solving this recurrence relation, please mind it. The upper bound of the factorial n is n to the power n. You can say order of n to the power n. So this is the things you have to keep in your mind while solving this kind of numerical. So in the first substitution, what will happen? If you will replace the value of n by n minus 1, what will happen? It will become n minus 2. We are substituting this value, okay, and it will become log of n minus 2, and outside of this there is a log of n minus 1. So this is we are getting in the first substitution. In the second substitution, similarly you will get n minus 3 and plus log of n minus 3 and plus log of n minus 2 plus log of n minus 1. So once you will do the substitution up to the n times, or you can say n minus 1 times, it will become t of 1 plus log of 1 plus log of 2 plus up to dot 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 log of n minus 1. So t of 1 value is the constant, and you know the property of the log. If it is given as log of a plus log of b, so this is equivalent to the log of a into. So similarly it will become log of 1 into 2 into 3 into up to dot 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 n minus 1. So what is this? This is nothing but almost the representation of the factorial n. Yes or no? And what is the upper bound of the factorial n? N to the power n. So you can write c plus log of n to the power n, and you can write c plus n. So the upper bound will become order of. Got it? So finally what we are getting, t of n is equal to upper bound of n this one we are getting. Now let's come to the option. The actual value of the reference relation is this. This is called the actual value. This is called the actual. Let's come to this. In this equation it is saying t of n, that lower bound of t of n is the n square. Let's try to analyze this. This is the option D. T of n is the lower bound of n square. What does it mean? If I am writing f of n is equal to lower bound of n square, means lower bound of g of n. What does it mean? C into g of n must be less than equal to f of n. So here this is the g of n, and what is the t of n? We have find out n log n. So put over here g into n square is less than equal to f of n, that is the n. So my dear friends, whether this condition is true for any input size, this particular condition is false. This particular condition is false for any input size n, where n is the what? In a time complexity, n is the size of input. So whenever you will think about any input size, the n log n can never be a greater than equal to n square. So this condition is particularly false. So what will be the final answer? Final answer will be B and C. So once you will do a lot of practice, you will be able to analyze how to finalize the answer, because I have solved this particular question with the substitution method. You can directly apply the master theorem. Whenever you will do a lot of practice, you can directly find out this, that t of upper bound of t of n will become log n. So once you will do a lot of practice, you will be analyze the solution of this recurrence relation will becomes n square log n. So again, these things you can directly find out. This will become n log n. So in that situation, solving a particular numerical will become more easy. Are you getting my point? All of you. So let's come to the another problem, which is the MSQ type. That is the multi-select question. Okay. Now, अगर अभी तक आप लोगों ने मेरे इस कोड को यूज नहीं किया है, आईफा इज माई कोड, माई डियर फ्रेंड्स, आईफा इज माई कोड. प्लीज यूज दिस कोड to get the subscription and get minimum 10% discount. Are you getting my point? Minimum 10% discount you will get whenever you will go use my code, and you will be member of India's best educated team. Means you will get the guideline under the India's best educated team. So guys, please subscribe now and start accessing your classes anywhere, anytime. So let's see the another kind of problem. Okay. So again, question is of same type. Which of the following options is are, again this is the MSQ type. Okay. Option A is given as summation over I is equal to 1 to n is equal to order of. Option B, summation over I is equal to 1 to n and this one is 1 by I equal to order of option C. Summation over I is equal to 1 to log of n. This one is 1 by 2 power is equal to order of an option. Summation over I is equal to 1 to log of n, and this one is equal to order of. Which of the following options is are true? Again, the question is about is are true. Are you getting my point? So in this situation, how to find out the answer? How to find out the answer? Let's start with the first option. What the first option is saying, summation over I is equal to 1 to n, and this one is I. So how you will represent 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to dot 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 plus n, and this is the AP series. आप लोगों ने 11-12 में पढ़ा होगा भाई. This is the AP series, arithmetic progression series. And what is the sum of this series? N into n plus 1 divided by 2. So it will become n square by 2 and plus n by 2. So my dear friends, please remember one thing. While calculating the time complexity, always remember two things. Ignore the lower degree term, ignore the constant term. पहला, ignore lower degree term. I will tell you the meaning of this. And ignore constant term. This is the basic concept of the time complexity. See, यहाँ पर एक n स्क्वायर है और एक n टू द पावर n है. इन दोनों में से लोअर डिग्री कौन है? इन दोनों में से ये वाला पार्ट जो है, दिस इज द लोअर डिग्री टर्म. सो हम लोग इसको क्या करेंगे? इग्नोर करेंगे. तो बचेगा क्या? 1 by 2 into n square. So of course in this situation 1 by 2 is the constant term. Here this one is the lower degree term, and this one is the constant term. So after ignoring the lower degree term and the constant term, what will happen? It will become order of n square. And in the first option, what it is given, summation of this is equal to order of n square. This is the true. Now let's come to the option B. ये थोड़ा सा लॉजिकल है अगर आपको सीरीज का नॉलेज है तो. ऑप्शन बी में दिया हुआ है i इक्वल टू 1 to n 1 by i. इसको भाई लोग कैसे लिख सकते हैं? 1 by 1 प्लस 1 by 2, i का वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट कर रहे हैं, 1 by 3 एंड प्लस अप टू डॉट 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 1 by n. तो यहाँ पर टोटल नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स कितने हैं भाई? नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स इज इक्वल टू n. तो अगर आपको सीरीज का नॉलेज है तो दिस इज इक्विवेलेंट टू द लॉग ऑफ n. दिस इज नॉट इक्वल टू, यू कैन से इक्विवेलेंट, टू द log of n. Let's see the proof. How you can prove this? प्रूफ को देखिए. हम लोग एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू पे प्रूफ कर रहे हैं. सपोज n is equal to 4 means this is the number of terms. Please mind it. Here I am not writing the equal to. I am approximating the value. This means equivalent to log of n. Are you getting my point? All of you. So I am assuming n is equal to 4. So 4 terms होंगे क्या होंगे 1/1 प्लस 1/2 प्लस 1/3 एंड प्लस 1/4 अप टू फोर्थ टर्म वी विल कंसिडर। तो ये क्या हो जाएगा भाई 1 प्लस 1/2 क्या होगा 0.5 1/3 0.33 1/4 0.24 इन सब के वैल्यू का एडिशन ऐड करिए कितना आएगा भाई 2.08। So this we are getting from the LHS left hand side and from the RHS right hand side. What we will get? The log of n on the base 2 is equal to log of 4 on the base 2 is equal to 2. Now just compare this value. N is equal to 4 we are getting the 2.8 and n is equal to 4 we are getting the 2.8 from the right hand side. Okay, you can say 2.08, you cannot say this is the equal to 2, but you can say this is the 2.08 is equivalent to 2. For example, suppose you have a 1000 rupees and someone has a 1005 rupees. So you can say you both have a 1005 rupees or you both have a 1000 rupees, but you cannot say you both have a same number of rupees. Are you getting my point? So 1000 हो आपके पास या 1005 रुपया हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। अगर किसी के पास 1,00,000 रुपया है और किसी के पास 1,10,000 रुपया है तो हम लोग मानेंगे कि 1,00,000 रुपया ही है, क्योंकि अगर आपके पॉकेट में 1,00,000 रुपया हो तो कोई अगर आपसे 10 रुपया मांगे तो आप ऐसे निकाल करके दे दोगे, लेकिन अगर आपके पॉकेट में 100 रुपया हो तो आप 10 रुपया दे नहीं पाओगे। क्यों? क्योंकि क्राइटेरिया पे डिपेंड करता है कि हाउ मच अमाउंट डू यू हैव। गॉट इट? सो दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन से दिस इज द sum of this particular series, means you can finally equate this is the order of. So ultimately in the option B what is saying this is the equivalent to the log of n. This is the true statement. Now let's try to find out this, and here you can take the another symbol. Just take the another symbol for the more clarity. Take the symbol omega. Are you getting my point? You take the symbol omega. See in the option C what it is given. In option C it is given as I is equal to 1 to log of n 1 to the power 2 to the power I. So replace the value of I, it will become 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 and plus up to dot dot dot, it will move up to the log n, so 2 to the power log of n. Are you getting my point? So here number of terms will become log of n, and this is the GP series. Once you will try to find it out, so this is the GP series. If you have a knowledge about the GP series, geometric progression, GP series, and I hope you know the what is the summation value of the GP series. The summation value of the GP series is A into 1 minus r to the power n divided by 1 minus r if r is less than 1, and this one is equivalent to 1 into r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 if r is equal to greater than 1, where r is the ratio of any two consecutive terms. Got it? So here if you will try to find out the ratio of these two or the ratio of these two, what will be the ratio? See 1 by 2 square divided by 1 by 2 will become 1 by 2. Similarly 1 by 2 to the power 3 divided by 1 by 2 square, the term should be a consecutive 1 by 2. Of course, this ratio is less than 1. So we will apply this particular formula. So once you will apply this particular formula, what you will get? This is the initial term. This is the initial term A. A is equal to initial term. So the value of A will become 1 by 2, 1 minus R. That is the 1 by 2, and N is equal to number of terms. What is the number of terms given over here? Log of N. So it will become log of N divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. It will become 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 2 the power log of N divided by 1 by 2. This one will be deducted. So it will become 1 minus by the power. Just recently we have solved what is the 2 to the power log of N. This is the 1 minus 1 by N. My dear friends, N is the input size. See, if N is very large, if the size of input in any programming algorithm is very large, so 1 by N will tending to 0. Yes or no? 1 by N will tending to 0. So ultimately it will tending to order of 1 for the large value of N. So finally what we can conclude, that T of N is equal to constant time. Order of N 1 means this is the constant time. This is the constant time. Now let's try to solve this particular problem. So in this problem, what it is saying, this is the lower bound. In this problem, it is saying I is equal to 1 to log of N is equal to lower bound of log of N. So already I have told you, if somewhere it is written, suppose this is the function f of n and this is the function g of n, and it is written as f of n is equal to lower bound of g of n. So what does it mean? C into g of n would be less than equal to f of n. Now replace the value of g of n. It is given as log of n is less than equal to order of 1. What is the value of f of n? Already we have find this is the order of 1. So whether this condition is true or not, this condition is basically the constant time cannot be greater than log of n. So this condition is false. So the option C will become. Now let's try to analyze the option D. In option D, it is given as summation over I is equal to log of n I. So this one will become 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to dot plus log of n. Okay, again this is the GP series, this is the AP series, and in this AP series number of terms is equal to log of n. So what will be the summation value? This will become the n into, means log of n into n plus 1, that is the log of n plus 1 divided by 2. So the upper bound of this will become log of n whole square. Are you getting my point? All of you. This will become order of n square, and it is given as order of log n. So is it true or false? Because whenever I am saying the upper bound is this, it means log n whole square is less than equal to c into log of n. So this particular condition is false. This is the f of n and this is the g of n, and this particular condition is got it, all of you. So finally this one is false. So what will be the right answer? The right answer of this question will be AN. I think this particular example are more sufficient to make you convince what will be the MSQ type questions. All of you. So these are the new pattern questions, and I have selected the unique problem so that you can have a more clarity about the MSQ type question which is going to ask in the GATE 2021. So I hope this particular things is clear to all of you. Now, my dear friends, this is the Unacademy channel, and if you want to learn more and more question from the GATE ESE quiz, then hit the bell icon button to get all the notification. If you want to get more learning, then in our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon button to get the more notification. And this is my subscription code. Once again, I will tell you, whether you are preparing for the GATE, ESE, or your cousin brother is preparing for the IIT JEE NEET, and some of your friend is preparing for the banking, SSC JEE, UPSC, CAT, GRE, anything, they can use this code and they will get the flat 10% discount. So never forget to use this particular code. Thank you very much, all of you. Good night. Take care. Again, we will meet on tomorrow at the same time in 11 o'clock. Take care.